From the studios of Foxborough Cable Access, located in the center of Foxborough, Massachusetts, you are watching Around Foxborough.
Hello and welcome to Around Foxborough, show where we talk about the people, places, and things that make Foxborough the gem of Norfolk County. My name is Marc Rivard, and I am pleased to have as my guest today, Sara Scardocci and Pauline Hoegler. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Well, thanks for being here. I'm sorry, I forgot the star of the show, Grizzly. He's chowing down.
You want to say hello?
Come on, Grizz.
Grizz, what's that?
No, he's too busy eating. I don't blame him. That's what we do in lockdown. We eat.
Yeah.
Quarantine, we eat. And dogs are no different than us.
Oh, no.
No, but we were talking before we went on, and Grizz had a bath, which most of us haven't in the last week or so. So he's one step ahead of all of us.
Absolutely.
He's
So,
definitely
Sara.
getting more exercise than I am, too.
And me, I won't even. That's why you don't see below the waist. Yeah, I'm growing too. But anyways, so Sara, tell us a little bit about what's going on with you and Grizz, and
Yeah, so
Scoop.
what's going on with Grizz and I? So Grizz is training to be the community resource dog for the town of Foxborough. And that all kind of came about when I was given a project my junior year of high school where I had to identify a problem and solve it within my community. And I chose the mental health crisis within the Foxborough school system because I know I've been personally affected by it. And I know other people who have as well. So it was something that was very close to me. And I wanted to find something that I could do to help. And I had been volunteering at GoFi for around a year at that point. And I decided that my solution was going to be bringing in a dog, just because dogs are so great in the way that they help people. They don't even need to have formal training, in my personal opinion. I know my dog is great, just for being around and being something that you can talk to, something that sometimes will talk back to you. But it's really just something that's so great. And there's so much research that's been done on it. So I wrote a paper and I researched the topic, and I kind of came back and I wrote this paper, and we had to present our projects to someone who had the authority to make this change possible. So I presented for Dr. Mello, the assistant superintendent, and she said she absolutely loved the idea, but she had no idea how to implement it. So I started working with my school administration, Miss Myers-Pacla and Miss Sylvia, and then we kind of got the ball rolling, and we started working with GoFi, and then Grizz came into the picture. So he's been living with me since October, and now he's like a part of the family.
he's a really good boy. I got to meet him when you came and presented. I'm with the Foxborough JACs, and
Yes,
Sara and Grizz came to see us, and he loves belly rubs.
he really does.
He had me going for like
does.
5 minutes, and he just right away.
Yeah, that's how he sleeps too. He's like, if anyone wants to give me a belly rub while I'm sleeping, I am completely open to it. Isn't that right?
What a face.
He's like,
So,
stop divulging all my secrets.
So Pauline, tell us a little bit. I know we Sara had mentioned GoFi. Tell everybody what GoFi stands for.
GoFi stands for Golden Opportunities for Independence. We are a service dog program out of Walpole. We breed, raise, and train our English type golden retrievers like Grizz to be service dogs, helper dogs, and community resource dogs.
So how long of a process is it when you first, you get a dog, probably a puppy, I would say?
Right. we
And
breed
then-
them, so it's a full 2 years.
Wow, 2 years and a lot of training involved.
Yes.
What are some of the things they can do, like, as far as for service?
Sure. It truly is. The biggest part is getting a reliable dog in any situation. And so the breeding is a huge factor in that. But even with that, one day can squash that. I had a dog I was training in Dunkin' Donuts one time, and a German Shepherd was under a table. He wasn't a service dog. He was just there, and he jumped out, barked at the dog. We both jumped back. There was a picture, a big, huge poster of Gronk behind us. That fell on top of him. So it took some time to get him back comfortable and not being, kind of looking behind his back to see what's going on. So as much as we say there's not a lot of training per se, there truly is. The ability to stay all 4 feet on the ground is very important. Getting them to have a solid socialization history and solid basic manners. So it starts there, and then from depending on the service dog work, we have task training that they can do, or if they want to do kind of more of the community resource dog work, training them to lay down. We train them to actually do weighted pressure. And so depending on the child, the situation, we can either have the dog place his chin on their lap and just kind of apply a little bit of pressure. And if it's something a little bit more than that, we can actually have them apply more of their body weight across their body and, decrease the stimulation for the person involved.
Oh, that's a long process and a lot of work.
It really is. And a lot of it is time. It's time in, it's miles, it's hours. It's not hard work. It takes knowledge, skill, and time. So,
and patience.
And
a lot of patience.
Absolutely.
Like speaking of patience, Chris, I've had enough of that. I want to eat my treat.
Can you jump? Come here.
Oh, no.
Hey. Do I need to go get you something? Hold on. I'm going to go grab him a cookie.
All right.
Hey, Grizz.
Hey, Grizz.
What are you doing?
Hello.
Come on, Grizz.
Do you know what I have?
Oh. And I bet you must go through a lot of treats too, Pauline, huh? In the training?
Yeah, absolutely. And we buy all of our treats from Restaurant Depot. We buy chicken in bulk and chop it up, cook it up, just chicken breast, either boiled or grilled. And then we chop it into teeny, teeny pieces and then freeze it up. So all they have to do is get a sliver of it to really make a difference. And it's a game changer because it gets them to just listen automatically without, come on, do it. No, it's just a matter of getting them to do it. And like I said, getting in the repetitions.
Yeah. It's a very expensive. I mean, it costs a lot to train a dog for 2 years. Any ballpark figures how long it would take to get somebody like Grizz trained?
Yes, it's approximately $35,000 to $40,000.
Wow.
And yeah, when I first kind of came across that figure, there's a lot of service dog programs out there that utilize it. We broke it down. And it's really not a lot of, it's not management, it's not administration. It is literally paying trainers, the food, the care, the vet bills, the unexpected vet bills, the testing, the genetic testing, breeding, all of that stuff really does cost a lot of money.
Well, it costs a lot to raise kids too, and to train kids and to school kids. I mean, it's no different than a dog. I mean, you got to feed them, you got to love them, you got to be patient.
Right.
A lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Sara, how has it been since October having Grizz around? How has it helped you?
He is such a great dog. He's a barrel of laughs. He's recently taken to, when we go outside to play, he likes to jump on my trampoline. He's just one of the most fun dogs I have ever been around in my whole life. I remember when I first met him, he was just the funniest dog I had ever met. He was such a little clumsy ball of fluff, and I fell in love with him immediately. You couldn't not love him. But since then, he's gotten a lot bigger, and honestly, he's become much more mature, and I've been able to see him grow both as physically and with what he's able to do. Like before, I was having trouble getting him to come and sit, and now he does that without question. And we're working on harder stuff. Like we're working on getting his leash when I say get it and stuff like that. Like he's working on the deep pressure therapy as well. So he's doing really good work.
Awesome.
As you can see there, he's doing a little bit of weighted pressure on Sarah's lap.
Well trained.
He's very good.
So Sara, so you were talking about having Grizz be the community resource dog for Foxborough High.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about some of the things you've run into and what you're trying to do to make that happen.
Yeah, so when it all started, it was kind of a big deal trying to figure out how we were going to get the funds for it, because obviously it's not very cheap. So we've kind of run into a bunch of bumps with that, but I figured we could apply for a bunch of grants and maybe try and do a donation thing through Golden Opportunities, because it's a nonprofit. So we've been doing stuff like that. And another issue we've had was trying to get a policy in place so that the animals would be safe in the school as well as the kids in the school would be safe. So I know they'd already had a policy in place for service animals who are like one-on-one with a person, but they didn't have any policies for assistance animals. So they went in and they made a policy for assistance animals, which was awesome. I think the pandemic has put that policy on hold for a moment, but they've been doing a really awesome job at the school committee meetings, reading through it and making sure that it's as good as it possibly can be before we run into any more issues that there could possibly be. But the school committee is doing a really good job at running all of the issues that could possibly arise out of that. So those are a couple of the issues we've run into, but with him as a dog, we really haven't run into anything. He's awesome.
How can you? Look at him. Look at that face.
He's
Hey, Grizz.
Are you a pretty boy? He's like, yeah, I know. You tell me every morning.
Pauline, how many dogs do you have out like this? Do you have a lot of dogs that are like being fostered to train in this method? I mean, because, having Grizz with Sara is awesome.
Yeah, actually, we rely on our community, and we would not survive without the help of our village. And our program is based 25-mile radius of Walpole. And so that really takes a lot of individuals within that small group to come together. And we have the best group of people helping us out. It's a village. We right now have placed all of the dogs that are in training in homes, and we're doing virtual training. So right now we have 4 police stations that we're working with. We have Dedham, Weymouth, Rentham, and Needham that we're working with their dogs. And so we'll do a lot of virtual. They'll send us videos. There's nothing better than watching some of these guys just getting down with puppies and training them and being silly with them and really getting into it. So I love doing this part of the program. So hopefully we'll get Grizz in with the Foxborough police. But aside from that, we have 2 that are in training to be service dogs and then 2 potential service dogs coming up. So hopefully we'll be able to break out of this. And I hope this doesn't affect our socialization. There's definitely growth stages and growth periods that you really need to be able to get them out and see all kinds of different people. They just, as puppies, they absorb everything, but then they go through a fear stage. So trying to get everything possible done before they enter that fear stage is really important. So again, the officers are out there, they're taking them with them. One of the videos came back of him training in a school. So they don't necessarily need to have kids in the school to be able to train. So,
Right.
So they're doing a great job.
I was going to ask you about that, about virtual training, because with what's going on right now, it's very difficult. You hear all about the kids and trying to keep up with their learning, and the teachers are going crazy trying to teach the kids with this kind of, but it must be even more difficult with the dogs, I would assume.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I said, these guys are doing a great job. They're really working hard through it. I have 2 trainers, Megan Lynch and Nicole Hyman, who do the training and the virtual consults and that kind of thing. And then if they have any questions or anything, they'll bump it off of me. But for the most part, they've got this down pat. So they're meeting with these guys virtually. You know, they'll talk them through any kind of problems that they're having, all virtually. So it's really hard to meet all of the needs of a young dog, which is energy, exercise, food, trying to figure out how to keep this puppy busy during the day while you're also trying to work. So these guys are really putting a lot of work into it and doing a great job.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if you want, now it's really plug time.
All right.
So Pauline, I'll give you the first shot. If you want to plug Golden Opportunities for Independence, where people can find out more about you, where they can reach you, etc. Go.
Awesome. Golden Opportunities for Independence, or Gofi Dog as we like to call it, is located in Walpole. We're right on High Street, 323 High Street. Our website is www.gofidog.org. It's GOF as in Frank, I as in Independence, DOG as in dog.org. We have a few campaigns going on right now for Grizz is one of them, for raising funds during this time to try and help out, get ahead, get our trainers and dogs taken care of. Our Facebook page is Golden Opportunities for Independence, and go there, like it, and that helps us spread the word and raise awareness to our cause.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And Sara, do you want to talk about your campaign and where people can donate?
Yeah. So we currently have a campaign going where people can donate to Grizz specifically through Gofi. It's on Kindful. And we really appreciate anyone who can give anything to help him. It's really great. And Grizz also has, I run a couple of social media pages for him. He has a Facebook, which is Grizzly the Golden. And then his Instagram is also Grizzly the Golden. He has recently had a couple of really funny videos. He likes going into the state forest and swimming. So he's been doing that a lot recently. Where are you going?
He's like, I'm done.
He's like,
oh, you want to be right on the camera. There you go. Perfect. Hey, Grizz. Hi.
He's a good boy.
Look at that face.
Come on, Grizz.
Oh, he's a big ham.
Oh, yes, he is.
Grizz, you want to take over hosting for me, please?
Like, yeah,
You've got a perfect face for television.
Oh my goodness.
That was perfect.
So cute. What a way to end. He knew.
Oh yeah, no. He's looking for Pauline out the window right now.
That's
He's
awesome.
Like, looking behind the camera. You can tell he's smart. He's like, I hear her voice and I know she's somewhere.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing I've noticed with him, is if he wants something, he will find it. He is a smart boy.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, thank you both very much for joining me today. And I'm glad we can get this information out to everybody, because this is great. I mean, anytime you can get dogs, I love dogs. I've had dogs. They're just awesome. And believe it or not, I've seen a lot of people, they've been, rescuing pets during this time. It's just having somebody like that during a crisis like this is awesome, and it's great that you have Grizz with you, Sara.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
A
big smile on her face.
Awesome help. And well, he kind of diverts me from my schoolwork a little bit, but he's been a great help with me emotionally.
That's important.
Yes,
that's very important. So, well, thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Sara. And thank you to Grizz. He's no longer in the picture. He already did his cameo. He's like, I'm done. I'm done. He's a Hollywood star now. But thank you both very much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having
us.
And thank you all for watching Around Foxborough. Have yourself a great day.